All right, hello and welcome back to another Mr. Pisto Plays Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl Deck Tech gameplay session. I think if you haven't noticed, I really like green. And also to kind of celebrate the success of Kong vs. Godzilla, today we are playing Kogla, the Titan Ape. It's a 6 mana 7/6. When he enters the battlefield, it fights up to one target creature you don't control. Whenever it attacks, you destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. I guess that's like King Kong destroying buildings all around the place. And then you can pay a green and a colorless to return target human you control to its owner's hand. Kogla gains indestructible until the end of turn. And this is, I guess, like humans helping King Kong in his battles. And we have 4 humans in the deck. I didn't want to put too many in because King Kong doesn't win all of his battles. So if a human's there, King Kong can help, or the human can help King Kong, but he doesn't always get the help he needs. All right, let's move into the deck. It's basically just ramp with some really good value creatures and getting Kong out, or getting Kogla out and bashing things. So we have Blizzard Brawl, a great fight spell. We have 19 snow-covered forests, so getting 3 snow-covered or snow permanents is really good, or pretty easy. Creature gets +1/+0, gains indestructible until the end of turn, and it fights a creature. The 2 creatures fight each other. We have Gilded Goose, just a 1 mana ramp spell. Also can create food tokens to help gain you life in those awkward matches. Primal Might, I figured Kogla's got some Primal Might in him. Green and X, target creature you control gets +X/+X until the end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. You can play this for 1 green mana and have your big creature fight something little for only 1 green mana. So very versatile in what it does. Destiny Spinner, here's one of our humans in the deck. It is an enchantment creature. Your creatures and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. And its other ability, pay a green and 3 colorless. We're not really using that. It's just it's a creature that makes our creatures uncounterable, and it's also a human to help with Kogla. Heroic Intervention, protection, indestructible, hexproof, illusion curated, taps for 1 mana, but if you have 4, a creature with power 4 or greater, it taps for 2. Once Upon a Time, if we play this the first time, it's free. We look at the top 5 cards of our library. We can reveal a creature or a land card from among them. If we play it early, it's usually a land. If we play it late, it's usually a creature. Look at those 5 cards, put 1 in your hand and the rest on the bottom. Ram Through is something that Kogla probably likes to do, although he doesn't have trample naturally. Your creature deals damage equal to its power to a creature you don't control. Your creature had power, the rest of it, or has trample, the rest of it goes through to the opponent. We have Scavenging Ooze to deal with graveyards. Pay a green and exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature is exiled this way, put a 1/1 counter on Scavenging Ooze and you gain 1 life. Sculptor of Winter, great elf ramp spell, plays really well with our Wolf Willow Haven and Glittering Frost. One of my favorite interactions in the format. Tangled Florahedron can be a land early with the Tangled Veil, or it can be a 2 mana 1/1 that taps for a green. Wilt destroys an artifact or enchantment, and you can cycle it for 2 to draw a card. Wolf Willow Haven, enchants your land. Your land taps for an additional green mana. You can pay 5 and sacrifice it to get a 2/2. Green Wolf creature token, and only on your turn. So late game, if you really need to get rid of this, you can. In Search of Greatness, this is a card I wanted to try and haven't really tried. Green for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control, other permanents, without paying its mana cost. And if you don't, scry 1. So if you have a 2 converted mana cost or mana value now, permanent on the battlefield, you can put a 3 mana value permanent onto the battlefield. They just want more space to put more words on their cards. Sir Farron, the Henge Hammer, not too much to really synergize with Sir Farron, but it is a human for Kogla, and whenever Sir Farron attacks, another creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is Sir Farron's power. I guess it works pretty well with Primal Might. Then we have Arcane Signet, taps for a green. Valki Recovery for returning a permanent from your, or returning a card from your graveyard to your hand. We got lots of things we want to rebuy. Otherwise, it's just a tap land. Glittering Frost is one of those enchantments you attach onto a land. That land becomes snow, so if we put it on one of our non-basic lands, other than Faceless Haven, it becomes a snow permanent, which is quite nice. And whenever it is tapped for mana, its controller adds a mana of one of any color. In this case, it only means green, but you know, cool. Hornbash Mentor, another one of those humans. When it enters the battlefield, put a trample counter on target non-human, creature you control. Kogla doesn't naturally have trample, so this is a pretty good human for him to play with. And you can pay a green and 2 colorless to put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control with trample. Cetessan Petitioner is a 3 mana 2/2 human druid. Here's another human. When it enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to your devotion to green. So this is a good human to rebuy with Kogla. Heraldic Banner is a 3 mana artifact, taps to add a chosen color, which in our case is going to be green, and all your green creatures get +1/+0. Palladium Mirror is a 3 mana 2/2 that taps for 2 colorless, so it helps us ramp from 3 mana to 6 mana if it hangs around, and that gets us Kogla on turn 4. So that's pretty cool. Migration Path, getting Kogla on turn 5 is nice with this. You search for 2 basics. We have 19 basics, so we'll never miss a basic. Or you can pay 2 mana to cycle it. Nylea Keen-Eyed is a 4 mana 5/6 legendary creature, enchantment creature god. It is indestructible. If your devotion or the amount of mana costs that you have on the battlefield is more than 5, Nylea isn't a creature. But if it's 5 or more, Nylea is a creature. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so it helps ramp us into Kogla. And you can play a green and 2 colorless to reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. Arasta, the Endless Web, is a great card for those blue matchups. 4 mana 3/5 with reach, and whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. So if they go to remove this with anything that's instant or sorcery, at least it leaves behind a little 1/2. Questing Beast, 4 mana 4/4 Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Just a cool, very efficient magic card. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. And whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls. So it's a little bit of planeswalker controlling there. Renata, Call to the Hunt. I think this is going to be better off as a Garruk. You want Garruk's Uprising. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. That gives Kogla trample naturally, or gives Kogla trample. And then whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield, under your control, draw a card. So I think that is better than Renata, because Renata just makes our creatures bigger. But we want to actually get through, and we have some big creatures. We don't need them to get any bigger. Solemn Simulacrum, 4 mana 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. So this gets us from 4 to 6, which gets us Kogla to turn earlier, as is Nylea, and as is Migration Path. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, can just be big because we're wanting to play lots of lands. It is a 5 mana star, where its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. Each non-token creature you control is a forest and additional to its other types, so it makes it so your permanents can't be targeted by those banishing light effects. Then we have Battle Mammoth, 5 mana 6/5 with trample, and whenever a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. He attacks for a tell for 4. Elder Gargaroth, just a great card in the format, 5 mana 6/6 Vigilance, Reach, Trample. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you get to either create a 3/3 green beast creature token, gain 3 life, or draw a card. I just really like this card. I think it's super efficient. Vivian, Monster's Advocate. We are wanting to cast our big things, and by casting big things, we can get other things. 5 mana, 3 loyalty Planeswalker. You can look at the top card of your library at any time. You can cast a creature with spell from the top of your library. +1, create a 3/3 green beast creature token with Your choice of vigilance, reach, or trample. Put a counter of that type on it. -2, when you cast your next creature spell, you can find a creature with mana value less than that creature and put it on the battlefield. It's quite nice. We have Beanstalk Giant. It ramps us with its Fertile Footsteps, or it's a 7-mana star where its power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. Thorn Mammoth is a great removal spell. 7 mana, so it's a little pricey. 6/6, a little undercosted for 7 mana. It has trample. Whenever Thorn Mammoth or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Thorn Mammoth fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. And then we have the Great Henge, 9 mana, costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Kogla, 7 power, so 2 mana in that case. Taps to add 2 green, you gain 2 life. And then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it and draw a card. Just a super efficient, very powerful magic card. We have Castle Garenbrig, which gets Kogla out on turn 5. 19 forests. Bonder's Enclave, we can draw a card if we have a creature with power 4 or greater. We got lots of those. Crawling Barrens becomes a creature land. Faithless Haven becomes a creature land. Field of Ruin to get rid of other opponents' creature lands and annoying things. All right, Kogla, Titan Ape. Let's get into a few games. These kind of gruel decks are not really our best matchups. 2-drop and a 3-drop. No ramp. I would rather have ramp. Even though we have 2 of our humans, I think we want ramp. Well, we kind of have ramp. I think we have to keep this. All right, a land or something to ramp us would be nice. I think we play Sir Farron here. Get to eat the Cobra next turn. Whether we play the Spinner. Well, we're gonna play the Destiny Spinner no matter what next turn, unless we draw a ramp spell. This is not the matchup where Destiny Spinner is what we're looking for. Ooh. Hmm. 4 mana spell? Gross. Well, I think we're gonna get munched here. I don't think we can compete against a... What is this turn? 4? Phylath? And they're guaranteed to... They're guaranteed to get something? Ooh, really? That doesn't seem like the right play. All right. Maybe this card advantage will help us. This is gonna be good for us eventually. Questing Beast is gonna be good for us. Ugh. Morog, well, at least it goes bye-bye. can make a big. Can make it big. No, no, no. Let's make this big. Mind you, if we kill Phylath, they just make a bunch more tokens. I think we do this. This eats that. They have some instant speed thing. Fling of the questing beast. Okay. Do we pay X to 0? This eat that, I guess. Right, they are at 4. We were so close. We were so close. Here comes Phylath again. Make a million more dudes. I don't know how we get out of this. Enclave. First thing we do, stop this. Then we play Enclave. Then we play this. Get this. Then we play this on green. And then we attack. They just chump. No point in attacking at this point. This costs 3 to put a thing. They're gonna go. I don't think we have any way to get through this. Yeah, now we're definitely in trouble.
You're in the wrong neck of the woods now. I like to think big.
Ow. We are definitely not for this world. That gains us a metric boatload of life. Nope. Alright. Kogla gets bested by this monster this time. You. It is game over. We'll see if they don't block very well, right? Are they gonna attack with an 11-11 and a 15-15? Lythos. And now we're just... Ow. No blocks. Good game. On to the next one. Kogla gets taken down. Warako playing against Valki / Tibalt. They get to go first. We got Once Upon a Time, so we can try and dig ourselves to a 1 or 2 mana ramp spell. We got a big creature. We got a way to make Kogla get trample. Yeah, I think this is keepable. Against what I'm assuming is removal.deck. That might be a challenge, but we shall see. We don't need to use Once Upon a Time until we're going to play something. There's no point digging on turn 1 or turn 2. I'm going to draw our next card, and if we don't hit a mana dork, then we will use Once Upon a Time. That gives us like the most optimal amount of... sure. mean, you can take Thorn Mammoth, or you can take Nylea. And make your Valki into a 5/6 indestructible thing that can't do anything. See, we're gonna do this. Let's hopefully hit another mana thing. This. Because they saw that, we're gonna play it. I'm assuming it's not gonna be long for this world. But Caryatid wouldn't be long for this world either. Right. Show them the land they know about. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play this. I'm not going to offer the trade. We get Kogla next turn. As long as they don't destroy either one of these. Discards 2 cards. I think we discard Thorn Mammoth and Garrick's Uprising, or the Henge. The Henge gives us better card advantage for longer. Need the land. We have Balagid's Recovery. Think they missed the land. Guess they want to try and bury us if they can. So, tap, untap. Bye bye Valki. Get my Nylea back. Too bad they're mana screwed. But that's the game we play. I'm sure their hand's loaded with removal spells. Don't kill Kogla. I really want to get this Great Henge down. Card draw. Red one on top. Can you still kill Kogla? If you can't, I'm blowing up your... line. Take one. We're going to go this. Into this. All attack. That blows up this. And I had to do that. Yep. All right. I think we got time for one more. Let's do it. Ilgat and a Vorinclex. This is a keep. Green against green. Ramp against ramp. And we've gone first for once. It's been a while. I think I go Wolf Willow Haven, although against green, that's a good draw. I think I take a land here. Although we have Wolf Willow Haven and Sculptor of Winter. That's powerful. But we really want to be hitting land drops. And this is putting effectively four lands on the bottom of our library. I think we need to be responsible and take a land. I'm going to Hedron here. We can Questing Beast next turn. Man, this Questing Beast has just been on point. Or do I get rid of that? That is kind of scary. Hell even, and then X is 2. Yeah, that works. No, no, no. Don't be a silly Billy. Oh, wait, I can't be X's. X is 2. I'm gonna give up some damage, but I'm gonna stop their ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weaken Questing Beast next turn. Or at least slow down their ramp. Oh, we can... Why not Kogla now? Pop. When you're on the play, ramp against ramp, just like aggro against aggro, we got out in front. Why would you play that into a Kogla? Makes no son of a monkey's uncle. That makes no sense. Right, we're pretending to slow play this questing beast. Probably just cycle this unless they kill this. Hosky. Let's make this a 4/4 decline or 2/2 cycle. I'm gonna Bonder's Enclave. We're going to Questing Beast. With that and that, they're just gonna block, so there really isn't any point in attacking with questing or with Kogla. And the next turn, when they play Vorinclex, if they attack, I can Heroic Intervention. This has to attack. But I also have Heroic Intervention if they have some monstrous trick. Do they only have 4 mana? Like, Magic Arena is really annoying. Can I hover over somewhere to tell me how many lands they have? No. Like, it would be nice if they did that. Now it's a 4/4 or a 5/5. That's big. But how much am I coming in with next turn? Draw a card. Play this. 4, 8. Yep, that's lethal. Right? 15, 16. Boom. We played against a couple mana screwed opponents, but hey, wins are wins. The deck is fun. I'm not going to do a post game for this because with Strixhaven just around the corner, you can play what you want to play while you have fun, and this is a great starting point for yet another mono green ramp deck. Kogla, Titan Ape, playing mono green Stompy, and yeah, all right. From Mr. Pisto to you, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.